So the Chase Sapphire Preferred and the Capital Venture X are two of the most popular credit cards in the market. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not a fan of the Chase Sapphire Preferred. But in this video, I'm going to be informing you why you should pick the Chase Sapphire Preferred over the Capital Venture X. And I'm going to share 7 reasons why. And it's killing me to make this video. But there are folks that don't want to pay a $395 annual fee with the Venture X and who may want to pay a $95 annual fee for the Chase Sapphire Preferred. So with that, let's get straight into it. So starting right there, the annual fee, it's a $300 difference. And that's great to pick the Chase Sapphire Preferred over the Venture X. But with those $300, what are you really giving up on, or what is that trade-off? So imagine you're paying an annual fee of almost $100 each and every year. And with that, you would expect a certain level of perks. When it comes to travel credit cards today in the market, a lot of them come with lounge access. So right there, the first reason of why you want to pick the CSP, I'll call it going forward, over the Venture X is that you really don't care about having lounge access, even though you have this premium travel credit card. It's not that you don't care about it. It's more that this card doesn't come with it, but it also comes with a lesser annual fee. So that pretty much is one of the trade-offs. With that, let's keep it going. So let's say each and every day I have my Venture X and I'm spending whatever amount on it. So let's say I'm on the portal, Capital One's. You can book basically flights and get 5x miles per dollar spent. What's even better is that if you're booking hotels or rental cars through Capital One's portal, you're looking at 10x miles per dollar spent. And if you're just buying anything, like there's no thinking of, hey, if I spend in some category, I get this amount. Or if I spend over there, then I'm getting a little more or a little less. You're going to get 2x miles flat on each and every dollar spent outside of those increased multiplier categories when we're booking through the portal. So if I'm getting 2x miles per dollar spent pretty much everywhere with the Venture X, how much better could I be doing with the Chase Sapphire Preferred? I'll tell you where we're going to do better. We're going to be getting 3x Chase Ultimate Reward points per dollar spent when we're spending on streaming services, which doesn't sound like a lot of spend, so how many more points am I really going to get? But in addition to that, we also get 3x when we're dining out, and that includes like Uber Eats, DoorDash, etc. And one more category we're going to get that 3x on is going to be online groceries. Yeah, this excludes Walmart and Target. At the same time, it's more than 2x with the Venture X. And speaking about these points, they're not the same. They're just like currencies, where $1 US is equal to many more rupees from a numerical standpoint, but it really comes down to what can those rupees or dollars actually buy. On the Capital One side, the currency is known as miles. And on Chase's side, they're called Ultimate Reward Points. There's different ways to redeem these points/miles in each of the verticals, whether Capital One or Chase. And for our purposes, since we're batting on Chase Sapphire Preferred's team, what I'll say is this. The beauty about Chase points is that they can be redeemed at 1 penny a point. In other words, if you have 10,000 points, that's worth exactly $100 in pure, cold, hard cash. With the Venture X, you can get 1 penny per mile on their side, but the caveat is that you can get this when you're booking through their travel portal. In other words, if we had 10,000 miles with the Venture X, then if we cash those out, they're only worth half of the value. In other words, $50 for 10,000 Venture X miles, whilst it'd be $100 with 10,000 Chase points. And on a very similar note with the travel portal, that 1 penny a point with Capital One's Venture X, that's great. But with the Chase Sapphire Preferred, one of the beautiful parts is that on their portal, you can redeem the points for travel at 1.25 cents per point. So in other words, that 10,000 points is actually worth $125 worth of travel. And if you know how these portals work, then you already know that the prices on them can be a little more jacked up than, let's say, just somewhere else arbitrarily. And the Chase Sapphire Preferred, I'm not going to say their portal prices are better than the Capital and Venture X or vice versa. The point is, it's almost like a moot point because for both of them, it's not like all prices are going to be that much higher, but it's not like all of them are that much cheaper. So with that, let's keep it going. So coming back to what these points are worth, we talked about cashback. We talked about redeem them on the portal. There's also the most lucrative way, if you know how to use it, which is where we're transferring these points and miles to transfer partners such as hotels and airlines. The very true answer here is definitely going to be nuanced. At the same time, generally speaking, if you watch other credit card videos on YouTube or just have personal experience, you probably already know that one of the most insane travel partners, transfer partners of Chase is going to be Hyatt. The reason is, you basically get extreme value in terms of the value of your points. In other words, let's say we have a $200 hotel room. Let's say we have only 10,000 Chase points. On the portal with the Chase Sapphire Preferred, this is worth $125 worth of travel. And in cashback, we already know it's only $100. So with these 10,000 points, we could actually, in theory, get a $200 hotel room very consistently in the terms of getting 2 cents per point for each of our Chase points transferred to Hyatt's program. For me, personally, I've redeemed dozens of nights at the range of 3,500 points to 5,000 points, where I'm redeeming for a hotel more towards that 100 to 100 and kind of 30s region. So what that means is I'm actually getting more than 2 cents per point. At the same time, it's, a property where it's not like in the middle of the city or somewhere fancy, but for my use case, it made perfect sense. And that's where each and every point really stretched like way further in value than I could have ever anticipated until I actually realized the value and opportunity that I could seize. So let's come back to these annual fees. Like, what are we actually getting with them, right? With the Capital Venture X, $395 annual fee, you get a $300 travel credit each and every year, which can be redeemed for travel booked through the portal. So essentially, your net fee then is $95. On the flip side, with the Chase Sapphire Preferred, each year you get $50 to book hotels through Chase's portal. So $95 minus $50 is effectively $45. And so for that $45, what are we really getting? But right before that, with the Capital Venture X, that $95 remainder, in fact, each and every year, we also get 10,000 anniversary bonus miles. So from that perspective, we're actually getting a value. If we redeem those 10,000 in the portal, let's say it's $100 for easy math, then we're getting $300 travel credit for the Capital One Travel Portal usage, and $100 because of this 10,000 miles anniversary bonus, which comes to you each and every year. So this is where that math breaks down to, hey, I'm getting paid $400 if I pay $395. So all else equal, you're kind of getting $5 for just having this card. So with the Chase Sapphire Preferred, why would you pay then $45 to choose it over the Capital Venture X? I'll tell you why. And the reason is, there's a couple different reasons why. The first is going to be something very interesting. If you're a high spender, like extremely high, one of the things with the Chase Sapphire Preferred is that they'll give you 10% back in terms of the amount you spend in points. And they say that, but what it really means is, let's say we spend $25,000 in a year. 10% of 25,000 is 2,500, and you won't get dollars back on this. You'll get points. So in other words, if you spend 25 grand, but you're getting 2,500 points, then like that's cool. But it's basically like a 0.1% extra on top of everything you're getting. So with the Chase Sapphire Preferred, if you're getting like 1x everywhere else, it's like you're getting 1.1 everywhere else, which it's really nothing to talk about unless you're like spending that much, that difference actually makes sense for you to choose the Chase Sapphire Preferred on this single point of reasoning or the Venture X. But there's even a bigger reason why. Even if you're not spending that much on each of these cards, the crazy thing is on Chase's side as well as Capital One side, they both have something, as a feature known as merchant offers. Merchant offers are basically an incentive provided by the merchant to folks like you and me to spend money with them. The way they do this is essentially offering us, let's say, a certain level of extra points per dollar spent, or maybe a statement credit, or some other type of offer. And with Chase, like hands down, there's no competition. It's just better than Capital One, period. When it comes to Chase, they have something known as Chase offers, when you're literally just spending on your card with a certain list of merchants that they have. At the same time, Chase also has their internal portal, not their travel portal, but just other features within their kind of ultimate rewards portal, which is basically a way to either earn more points, redeem points at an increased multiplier level, not just for travel. And if you're familiar with Rakuten, which is a cashback shopping portal, which I'll leave a link in the description below if you're not aware, basically you can shop with different merchants and get a certain level of cashback. Or if you're an American Express customer, you can earn membership reward points instead of cash back through Rakuten. So that's its own thing. But if you know Rakuten, imagine that existing on Chase's side or Capital One side. It's just that you would earn either the currency or whatever the offer has. The absolute easy reasoning to choose the Chase Sapphire Preferred over the Venture X is going to come down, just like Apple, their ecosystem. From the Chase Sapphire Preferred to its big brother, the Reserve, to its kind of, siblings or whatever, the Freedom Unlimited and the Freedom Flex. Basically, the personal side of cards with Chase is phenomenal. And that's like their flagship cards. And we're not even talking about business flagship cards. On the Capital One side, yeah, they're up and coming. The Venture X to me was like oh man, you guys are trying to make a scene here, like the Chase Sapphire Reserve did many, many years ago. At the same time, the Capital One Saver, that product is pretty phenomenal too. And they make a great duo, the Capital One Saver as well as the Venture X. I'm thinking about making a video on this duo and my thoughts. And a Chase Sapphire Reserve, Preferred, Freedom Flex, or Unlimited, or even a mix of a business card makes up the Chase trifecta. So these two concepts are just totally different. But in general, I would say Chase is where it's at, and Chase Sapphire Preferred over the Venture X. Me personally, now that you came this far, I wouldn't pick it. Like, I don't care. But if I had to, this was my reasoning documented here for you, and I hope it helps you make a decision. So with that, there's some links in the description below. Support your channel. Feel free to check them out. If you came to the end, thank you. What's going on? If you're seeing this, I'd love to meet you. There's a link in the description below. It's absolutely free. Just literally like 15-minute intro, meet and greet type of deal. And if there's any way I can help you in like the short term, long term in your life, happy to discuss that. With that, hopefully talk to you soon.